Some people go into the forest for peace. Others come back with stories they can't explain. These 6 real camping encounters are disturbing, raw, and captured on film. Let's get into the first one. And be warned, it only gets more unsettling from here. The first video tonight comes from Walk with Wallace, a UK-based YouTube channel that focuses on solo hiking, wild camping, and bothy adventures, often set in the Scottish Highlands and other remote corners of the UK. Wallace blends scenic treks with personal reflection, storytelling, and the occasional eerie encounter, especially in isolated bothies, rich with history and local legend. It is March 17th, 2025, and in this video, Wallace sets out for his first ever solo night in a bothy, Glen Duror Bothy, in the West Highlands of Scotland. The bothy, tucked away deep in the forestry trails, carries a heavy atmosphere, with local folklore linking it to James of the Glen, a man believed to have been wrongly executed, and whose presence is still said to linger.
Below. Loving this big chair, by the way. It's like a throne. Big homemade thing, but it's solid. Yes, king of the bothy for the night. Some curry noodles for starters. And I've got my usual mac cheese in there for dinner. I have somehow managed to knacker the stove door. The hinges come out, and obviously I can't hold that for too long without burning my hand. It's stuck, so I don't know if I'm going to... Right, that's a start. I've got the door back on, but the little window plates came out, but that just slides on, so that's fine. I'll let this cool down first before I even attempt to put that back on. So later tonight it'll be decisions, where am I going to sleep? First option is up the other end of the bothy. We've got a sleeping platform, which will sleep 1, 2, 3, 4 at a push, 1 down either side and 2 at the back. I might take that cot there and sleep on that. The other option is, at 5'10", I fit neatly in that seat, but there's a slight slant in it. But yeah, this is the bothy. 1 large room. There you go. Yeah, it's going to be a long night, folks. It is 7 o'clock so far, and I'm actually feeling a little bit lonely. It's weird being sort of tucked away in a little bothy in the Highlands on your jack. Haven't got wee Kev sitting opposite me, just talking shite with him, but I don't know if this is for me, to be honest. And it's eerily quiet. Sounds quite windy and stormy outside, but it's calm at the moment. It's like nothing. And then you're hearing creaks and knocking noises as well, and I don't think I'm going to sleep tonight. My imagination is going to run wild. But I managed to pick up some extra bits of firewood. There was 3 short planks here. Got them sawn up, so that'll buy me a bit more wood. It's a hungry little stove, but it's giving out alright heat. It'd be better if they partitioned the bothy a bit. Listen to me, Full of complaints. That there, folks, is my dwindling supply of wood. It's 8:15. Got 1 split log left. I mean, that's just as good as kindling, isn't it? 3 bits of this wood here, and somebody left this.
After arriving, he sets up inside, makes some curry noodles, and prepares firewood for the night. As he settles in, He debates which part of the bothy to sleep in. Honestly, if it were me, I'd probably go for the spot furthest from the door, just so I'd see if anyone came in and have a moment to react before they got too close.
It's 9:15, folks, and as you can see, I'm in my bed. I'm going to let the fire peter out and we try and get some sleep. So, good night. If I can find the off button. There we go. Oh shit, it's dark. Hiya pals. Night pals. During the night I had a bit of a spooky experience. I woke up with what felt like a hand on my shoulder. I initially thought it would be the dog or one of the cats. Then I got a stark reminder I was actually in a bothy alone. I then thought it maybe be a mouse or a rat, so I flicked my shoulder to get it off. The weight lifted, but then nothing happened, no squeak or no noise of it landing on the floor.
Later in the night, he's abruptly awoken by the distinct feeling of a hand on his shoulder. At first, he brushes it off, thinking it might have been one of his pets. Then, it hits him. He's alone. Completely alone. There's no one else meant to be in the bothy.
After nearly 15 years, I have finally managed to do my first ever solo bothy night. And would I do it again? Probably not. I don't think I'd go out my way to do a solo bothy night. And the reason being is I've always used bothies as like a social thing, like you go with friends and have a chat, a couple of drams around the fire. Last night I just felt a little bit lonely, just wasn't quite for me. And then during the night I felt that hand on my shoulder. My initial thoughts was it was a mouse. Flicked my shoulder, waiting for the thud of a mouse or a rat or something, and absolutely nothing, not even a squeak. So yeah, that freaked me out a little bit. Probably my imagination, but when I arrived at the bothy last night, there was a couple there just leaving, they were just day tripping with their dog, and she was telling me that James of the Glen haunts the bothy. So, I don't know, it's all these folklore, isn't it? Do you know what, it's probably just my imagination, but these things do sort of freak out a little bit.
He does make it through the night safely, completing his first solo bothy stay. But in the morning, he reflects on how uncomfortable the experience truly was. That strange sensation in the night stuck with him, and he admits he wouldn't be in a rush to do another solo bothy trip anytime soon. When he arrived, a couple had mentioned that the bothy was rumored to be haunted. He tries to chalk it up to imagination, but even he admits he's not fully convinced it was just in his head. Quick question. Would you ever camp alone in the woods, not knowing who or what might be out there with you? Or do you prefer to stay warm and cozy in your own bed, watching others brave the unknown from the safety of your screen? The next horrifying video comes from My Name's Teo, a van life and solo travel vlog channel that documents the raw, unfiltered reality of life on the road. Teo, the creator, travels across the US in a self-converted van with his cat Lars, sharing everything from scenic adventures to the more unsettling moments that come with nomadic living. It is July 27th, 2025, and during what was meant to be a peaceful night in the Colorado mountains, things take an unexpected turn for Teo and his group.
All right, so we just got back from town. We are now on our way to a magical site, apparently, that Riley and Bunny drove ahead to find, and now we're all following them. So apparently it's a great spot. We'll see. Oh, those aren't deer.
I'm not sure what those are.
Those are rams.
Rams?
Yeah, 100%. They got the swirly horns.
I can't see them.
Did a good job, Riley.
Yeah, well, it's me and Bunny.
You and Bunny, good job. So I think tonight we're gonna do a fire, and yeah, I think that's all we got planned for right now. How you feeling, Collie?
Good. Those
Good?
are definitely longhorn sheep.
Yeah, Beautiful. It's a beautiful area.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a fire right there.
There you are, friend. Majestic. He's gonna cross the road. They're staring at us. I don't know what he's doing. This is not what I would consider one of his better ideas, although kind of cool. Hey, I thought we were all dancing together in front of me. I shouted to join you. I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to do a different angle for you. Feet.
They arrive at their campsite and settle in for the evening, taking in the mountain views, dancing, listening to music, and just enjoying the peace and solitude the spot had to offer. Everything feels calm and carefree.
Oh wait, here it is again. I caught the tail end of it. Are they gonna walk past again? Yep, they just kept walking.
Look at those shoes. Those what?
Yeah, those are black shoes.
Those are sandals.
Or sandals?
Yeah, and those are gray sweatpants. What are they doing?
What are they doing? Are they kicking my tire?
They're doing something.
Dude, and I thought I heard something messing around outside.
I did too.
See, I don't like that because I heard stuff last night too, but I was like, I'm not gonna let myself get scared.
We're not staying here tonight, guys.
Of course not. Absolutely not. That's
6. They all of a sudden, there they are. They go across rapidly in slides. And those pants are oversized.
Yeah.
So at first I thought, okay, maybe that's Riley right there. Because those aren't cuffed at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay? Right? But then they go past again. Okay? That's at 9:41. Riley was already in. And then they come over and start kicking at my van.
That definitely wasn't me.
No, you're not over here playing.
that's not you. That's not any of us.
No. Wait, was that another set of legs? See, this has a cuff on the bottom. The other one didn't have a cuff.
Yo, it
That's
was multiple
two,
people.
That's 2 people.
I have cuffs on.
Yeah,
them.
this has cuff. The other one was loose. And like, these are not my pants. Because my pants have a design.
I don't have a single pair of
So
pants
you
that
would
have cuffs.
see the design in the pants because I've worn these in front of the camera before. So that's not me. Okay? And then that's at 9:42.
Morning, guys. So this morning we all woke up. We all got out of bed. We were starting to make breakfast, and then we were just kind of chatting, and we're talking about how we all were hearing things last night in this very like private area that we're parked at. We were all hearing stuff last night, and it just so happens that Bunny put out a trail cam under Riley's van, pointing at her van last night, because yesterday we saw like a group of bighorn sheep, so we were thinking maybe we'll see more critters, squirrels, stuff like that. But as we were talking about us hearing stuff last night, she went to go check the trail cam. There were literally 2 people we saw walking through our camp, like, and they stayed in our camp, like while we were all in our vans. We didn't see them. We all heard stuff, but we didn't see anything, and that is just really creepy because we are here, like literally. Why would someone be in our camp? 2 people at that. We don't know who it was, but yeah, we decided that we're not gonna stay here again. I've seen enough horror movies to know how that turns out. So yeah, we're gonna make breakfast real quick since we're already started, and we're gonna hit the road because this was freaking creepy. All right, so yeah, that that's pretty creepy. We're gonna make breakfast and enjoy our breakfast. We're not gonna let that deter us from that, because that was the plan this entire morning, to enjoy breakfast together outside. We're doing that, but then we're getting the out of here.
But the next morning, that peace is shattered. After hearing strange noises during the night, they decide to check their trail cams, and what they find is truly disturbing. The footage shows two unidentified individuals creeping through their campsite in the middle of the night, circling the vans and even kicking the tires. No one from the group had seen or heard them directly, and there was no confrontation. But knowing that strangers were lurking around their vehicles while they slept was enough. After breakfast, they all agreed it wasn't worth the risk. They packed up and left immediately, choosing not to stay another night. There's no clear explanation for what those people were doing out there, but based on their behavior, it's safe to say their intentions didn't seem good. Just the thought of someone walking around outside your van while you're asleep, with only a thin wall or window between you and them, is enough to keep anyone awake at night. Sorry to interrupt the video, but if you're enjoying it, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and right now, 80% of viewers aren't subscribed. So if you're one of them, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really means a lot. Your support helps us continue creating awesome, creepy videos. Now, let's get back to the video. The next chilling video comes from Black Mass Paranormal, a US-based YouTube channel focused on solo boots on the ground, investigations into paranormal activity, and cryptid sightings, primarily in the Appalachian Mountains, including the remote areas of the Smoky Mountains. It is August 4th, 2025, and during one of his solo outings, the investigator stumbles across some truly unsettling signs that he may not be alone in the woods.
That's the size of a little kid's shoe. Oh, shit, there's a bear. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know where he went. There's a rattlesnake too. Okay. Here is that is a pretty small footprint, but it does look to be kind of barefoot. You have a toe here, and a big toe here. And that is heading up in this direction. I just got that feeling of not being alone. We are gonna go up to higher ground and see if we can see something. That print, to me, is pretty interesting because this is it's a pretty rough terrain area. Now there are, in my opinion, Bigfoot in this area. However, we are not going to concentrate on said Bigfoot. Something came sliding down this hill.
While hiking deep along the Appalachian Trail, in search of what he believes could be feral people, he notices a small barefoot footprint in the mud, almost as if a child had been running through the woods alone. It's strange, out of place, and only adds to the growing sense that something, or someone, is nearby, just out of sight.
She's recording. Now we got to get across this ledge here. Ugh. See what I mean? This isn't the most... Holy shit. That's a rattlesnake. God damn. Whoa. Hi. Gotta be careful here. Alright, buddy. So, see, what's important is you stay calm. Turned around, or I went around this tree, and just kind of out of the corner of my eye, I captured that kind of curve, like that shape, and made me jump. But eastern diamondback rattlesnakes are not overly aggressive. I think that one probably just ate something, because it had no fear or, threat from me or that drone, which probably saved my life. The fact that that thing just ate, because that one 100% was big enough to kill me. That could have ended catastrophically, actually.
As he climbs higher to get a better view over the trail, things suddenly take a terrifying turn. He comes face to face with a massive rattlesnake, an eastern diamondback, known for being both aggressive and extremely venomous. With his heart racing, he acts on instinct, slowly turning and backing away without provoking it. It helps that the snake looks sluggish, likely having eaten recently. But what really keeps this from becoming a life-threatening situation is his quick thinking and outdoor experience. He keeps calm, reads the moment, and gets himself out safely. From unsettling footprints to deadly wildlife and the overwhelming feeling of being watched, this video is truly terrifying and a reminder how the wilderness can be extremely dangerous. Perhaps it's not the animals we should fear most, but other humans. In the dark and desolate places we explore, it's often the unexpected presence of another person that turns a thrilling experience into a truly terrifying encounter. The next shocking video of the night comes from Denfisken, a Swedish TikTok creator known for sharing clips from his work in the forestry industry, often operating heavy machinery deep in the woods. While most of his content is grounded in everyday logging life, every now and then, something truly unsettling happens. It is January the 23rd, 2024, and Denfisken heads out alone into a quiet forest at night. As he prepares to start his chainsaw for what seems like routine work, the woods around him remain completely still until a chilling sound pierces the silence. The noise is so disturbing and unexpected that he freezes in place, visibly shaken. Since posting the video, speculation has run wild. Some believe the sound could have come from a timber wolf, a real threat in Sweden's dense forests, while others suggest something much darker, like a wendigo or even a skinwalker. Whatever it was, no follow-up ever came, and the mystery remains unsolved, only adding to the unease this clip leaves behind. There are countless things in this world that we don't fully understand, and sometimes the true dangers lie in the unseen things that go bump in the night or whisper from the shadows. The next video comes from Legend Tracker, a channel dedicated to investigating cryptids, myths, and mysterious encounters in remote and rugged locations around the world. It is July 24th, 2023, and while photographing the mountainous landscape in British Columbia, a couple spots something strange in the distance, something that doesn't quite fit with the surroundings. Using their camera's zoom, they managed to capture footage of a large, upright figure moving across the terrain. It's too far away to identify clearly, but it's distinct enough to raise serious questions. Was it a bear, a person, or something else entirely? The footage adds to the growing list of alleged Bigfoot sightings in the region. Whether you believe it's real or not, I'll leave that up to you to decide. But whatever it was, it definitely wasn't something you see every day. Before the next clip, if you're enjoying the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and right now, 80% of viewers aren't subscribed. So, if you're one of them, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really means a lot. Your support helps us continue creating awesome, creepy videos. Now, let's get back to the video. The last video of the night comes from Western Nowhere, a YouTube channel focused on solo wilderness exploration, archaeology, and storytelling, often set in the remote, rugged landscapes of the American Southwest. It is July the 27th, 2025, and while exploring an ancient hunting camp tucked deep in the forest, the solo adventurer begins to notice that something feels off. From eerie cave sites to strange sounds echoing through the trees, what starts as a quiet expedition slowly becomes more unsettling.
Whoa, this has clearly been worked. This thing's 750 years old, at least. And can't see the very end of that. So I didn't read anything about these caves. I know there's caves throughout this area. For some reason this cave, it's creeping me out. I know that it's close to the cave with the skull. I'm gonna sleep out here and I'm gonna think about it. One, it's not safe because I'm by myself. Two, it's very tight. And three, my emergency GPS, well, it doesn't work underground. So these rocks seem stacked. Oh yeah. I mean, that thing's small. Seeing something white back there. I think it's just a rock. I can't tell. So that's 3 caves, and it's starting to get very late in the day. It's probably 15 minutes of light left. I have a hike back to my truck. These caves are tempting to investigate, and I think I'm gonna watch this sunset for 10 minutes and then I'm gonna hike back to my truck. There's something powerful about being here. So right below me, that's the ceiling of Skull Cave. I know there's more of their objects, their tools, the things that they made stashed in these rocks. I don't know where they're at, but you could almost sense that they're here. And I think of the sounds that went on here as there was life here. There's this quote I think of from this great documentary called Peter and the Farm. And Peter said, "Life announces itself with force, but death is always the same." And he's referring to the silence of death. And I choose to think about the announcement of life, of the sounds that carried on and played out here, of laughter that no doubt went on out here.
As he explores the caves around the forgotten hunting ground, he briefly considers sleeping in one of them, but quickly decides against it. Being alone, with tight entrances that could trap him inside, it's simply too risky.
So standing next to Skull Cave, I feel the heaviness, almost like What was that sound? I'm sure my mic picked that up. What was that? Right in there. Now it's over here. Well, that was creepy. It sounded like a 10-foot tall bullfrog. I still don't believe in Bigfoot. And I'm going to tell myself that while I'm sleeping out here tonight. What is that sound? It's coming from out here. Is it a bear? Well, so I've heard bears before. It kind of sounds like it. It sounds deeper. And I've heard cows make really strange, creepy sounds, but not like that. The sun just left. I mean, you'd have to just laugh, right? I'm not going home. I'm gonna spend the night out here. I was gonna camp here on the edge of... What is that? I'm gonna camp here on the edge of... I camp here on the edge of... What is that? I got the chills. Okay, well, enough talking. I'm gonna stay here for 5 more minutes. Quiet. I'm gonna record. See if I could get a clear recording of this thing when I'm not talking. That time, it went the opposite way, 100 yards to the right. So, there's either more than one, or it could move maybe 10 miles an hour through dense forest.
While filming himself, strange noises suddenly start up with no clear explanation or source. You can tell by his reaction that they genuinely put him on edge, unsettling enough to stop him mid-sentence.
No Sasquatch got me. I'm gonna make some dinner and then I am going to get my camp set up. I could still hear whatever it is out here, so what I'm gonna do is set up a mic, I don't know, 100 yards away from my truck and see if I pick anything up. That's where I have my mic and it's recording. I was gonna pitch a tent because it was gonna rain, but kind of cleared up. Hearing that sound through my speakers at home, I'm more convinced that it was an owl. Even though in person it was much louder, it was much deeper, and it seemed to permeate the entire forest. So if anyone recognizes what animal this is, please let me know. That's the end of day 1 at this ancient hunting camp. Tomorrow I'll head back out to the caves and maybe go inside.
He guesses it might be an owl, and honestly, I'm not sure either. If I had to guess, maybe an owl, maybe the restless spirits of the hunters who once roamed these woods, or even a cryptid like Bigfoot. He eventually returns to his truck, makes some dinner, and settles in for the night. Before going to sleep, he sets up a mic a few feet away to capture any late-night activity. Sure enough, throughout the night, you hear different animals, more of that same eerie sound, branches snapping, and something else. Another strange, unidentifiable noise. Whatever was out there with him, it clearly wasn't just the usual wildlife. Whether it was spirits, animals, or something far harder to explain, the atmosphere here felt deeply off. Definitely not a place I'd want to camp alone. Thanks for watching. If those 6 encounters rattled you, be sure to give the video a like and subscribe for more creepy content every week. The next mystery might be even darker than this one.